Welcome to SEC Network Basketball presented by Regions Bank. For the first time since 1983, Alabama and Kentucky will face each other as members of the top 25 in another critical SEC women's basketball game. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to historic Memorial Coliseum. Sam Gore along with Hall of Famer Tamika Catchings. We got to see Alabama play on Sunday. They played fantastic behind Sarah Ashley Barker. They could not get the win, though. What do you think they need to do tonight to get a win over Kentucky?
Well, I think the first thing is they need to bring the energy. The energy was down. Their defense, they weren't making the rotation. So I think we'll see a different team tonight.
Speaking of Sarah Ashley Barker, she went off in her return from an injury. She hadn't played since January 2nd until Sunday.
Well, coming out, career high, 36 points, and she just brings so much more than the points and the rebounds and the scores. It's her impact, her leadership, her presence on the floor. She literally lit it up inside, outside, found ways to attack, get to the basket.
Well, normally I would ask you right now to give us a scouting report on Kentucky. However, Kentucky's Amelia Hassett is going to do that for us.
Alabama is going to be a very tough team to beat, but if we limit their second chance points, know the scouting report and knowing what they do best, and then lastly, just staying in rhythm like we have been the past couple of games, I think we can pull away from them. Back to you, Sam.
Thank you, Millie. So aside from the Australian accent, what else did you like about what she said?
Well, I think everything aligns with what Coach Brooks talked about earlier today when we had our discussion, is that focus on self, focus on the team, really making sure they lock into their lineup from the defensive end, making sure they're getting on the gap to their defense, and then the transition game. That's when Kentucky really is able to get up and down the floor. So it's going to be a fun game. I think between both teams, they play a lot alike, so there's a lot of similarities.
Speaking of playing alike, break down this tail of the tape for us.
Well, you see right there, points per game, even, field goal percentage, even, three-point field goal percentage, pretty even. Alabama holds Aaliyah 9, number one in the SEC. She's made 65 threes so far this season, so she'll step up, and then the rebound, obviously the edge goes to Kentucky.
It is fun because both of these teams can hurt you from the interior and from the outside. Sarah Ashley Barker was the big factor for Alabama on Sunday. We'll see if she continues to have a good performance tonight. It is Zay Green who has the opening tip for Alabama. Alabama in their reds, Kentucky in the whites, and we're underway in Lexington.
And one thing to note, Zay is 6'2" at the point guard position, and that's one thing Coach Brooks talked about is you don't very often see a 6'2" point guard.
Yeah, both these teams have size. It's the tallest team Kenny Brooks has ever coached. Alabama's starting five. Sarah Ashley Barker again back in the starting five. She was out since January 2nd until Sunday. Nye gets caught in the paint, Key defending her. Good rebound by Strack. Here comes Amoore, ball in her hands for the first time today. Key banging down low, off the glass, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll go back to Alabama.
I like that possession, trying to get the ball inside so they can work their way back outside. Georgia Amoore is the player that we need to watch from Kentucky, number 3 in the white.
You really can't help but watch her. I mean, she automatically draws your attention when she's out on the floor. Green gets a screen. Wide open is Barker, her first shot. Little long, Key with a rebound. And here's Georgia Amoore, one of the best point guards in the country. This has been a consistent starting lineup for Kentucky. And Amoore darting through the lane for her first bucket.
Georgia Amoore is just so good at seeing the basket. She saw the gap open up and then just make that switch to the other side to keep them getting blocked.
There's really no place on the floor. Georgia Amoore is not a threat. Alabama shot clock under 10. Green pulls up for 3, had 9 on the shot clock. Key with another rebound, such a good rebounder. Lawrence took that pass from Amoore. And Carly Weathers, former Miss Basketball in the state of Tennessee. Green gets bumped on the way to the basket by Hassett. I think that'll be before the shot. Christy Curry, head coach at Alabama, her 12th season, 26th overall, has gone as far as the NCAA championship when she took a Purdue team to the NCAA title game. But she has gone over 200 wins as the Alabama head coach, over 500 for her career. Zay Green at the free throw line, who is from the same high school as my partner, Tamika Ketchix.
Duncanville, Texas in the house. And love watching Zay. Started her career at the University of Tennessee and went to Arkansas Pine Bluff, now with Alabama in her last season.
Strack buries the mid-range jumper. I'm so excited to watch Clara Strack for the next 3 seasons.
I think you just look at the system that Coach Brooks had put in, and arguably you would say this is a brand new team coming from Virginia Tech to Kentucky, adding different players, and to see the success that they have, it's just been phenomenal.
Now Cody gets tied up underneath, and the possession arrow will give it back to Kentucky. Christy Curry is really upset about no foul called there. Kenny Brooks in his first season at Kentucky after taking Virginia Tech to a Final Four. And what a start he has had as head coach of the Wildcats. Cody with the steal. Nice D from Essence Cody.
Yeah, she read that play from the start. You could kind of see her inching up on Strack's left shoulder, and she just went for the steal.
This Alabama team determined to make up for that heartbreaking loss against Vanderbilt on Sunday. Hassett wide open for 3, and that's like a layup for most players. She is just not going to miss that shot.
Exactly, and what a great ball movement, right? The ball never sticks. That's something Coach Brooks said. We watch our team play. We pass, we move, we cut. We're always looking for the easier shot, and you can tell it.
Strack, another mid-range jumper. Other baseline, missed that one. Barker fought for that rebound and got it. Barker back to Nye. Blocked by Hassett. Hassett is so long.
Sometimes it's deceiving, though. I think Nye thought she had a little bit of space to get that shot up.
Barker. Oh, Barker would not be denied. It's so fun to watch her play. She's fearless. So we're tied at 7. Kentucky undefeated at home this year. They haven't had a start this good at home since the 2018-19 season. That's knocked out of, no, excuse me. Strack caught it. Shot clock a factor. Amoore tripped, and a travel will turn it back over.
Well, Amoore trying to create, and she's very good at looking up at the clock just to see where they were, trying to get a chance to the basket. One thing I love about her, and earlier on, Tiani Key got a mismatch, and she was trying to get the ball inside, but they weren't able to make that rotation quick enough.
Do you feel like there's a lot of similarities between these teams?
Well, you already see it. I mean, they both this is how they play. You know, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Both teams average 79 points, 79, 80 points a game, and I think it's going to go back and forth like this.
They're both such good three-point shooting teams as well. Both average 9 threes a game.
I honestly feel like this is going to be a game more of the inside.
Strack trying to get around Cunningham, and does. Clara Strack with a nice interior post move.
She just takes her time. I don't know how the ball went in, honestly, but it went in.
Last time we were here, it was Clara Strack Day in Hamburg, New York. And a foul called on Weathers as she caught Amoore across the face.
Weathers looking a little surprised at the call. It happened so fast, trying to come over that screen.
Weathers looking for a good game today against Kentucky. She was not happy with how she or the team finished that Vanderbilt game. Amoore through the lane again. So tough to defend her.
Alabama coming down. Zay Green gonna attack the basket.
Tiani Key denying that pass.
When she gets in that low, she has to attack to score.
Offensive foul. Barker took the charge. But you could see the versatility of Tiani Key trying to be the point guard on that possession. It's a good start here in Lexington. And yes, it is Kenny Brooks' bobblehead night. How special is that? So we were here on Clara Strack Day last time, and now it's Kenny Brooks' bobblehead night.
Well, we're
on a roll.
I must say that the players might have been a little right. He does look a little angry.
Yeah.
I tried to get a picture of him next to it.
Turn it around, let people see it.
I tried to get a picture of him with the bobblehead, and he was not really feeling it. So this is what you get. I'm sorry. This is the closest we're going to get to Kenny Brooks right now.
And how many first-year head coaches get their own bobblehead in their first season?
Legendary.
Yeah, Kenny Brooks, what a job he's done here. And he told us today, he said, you know, for it to be my first season somewhere, I think I have the perfect team to begin with. How did you interpret that?
Well, you look at the players that you have, and of course having Georgia Amoore come here with him and just what she's been able to do from a leadership standpoint. His team, all brand new players, just with the exception of the two. He loves the energy. He loves the way that they're playing, just how well they've connected. And he keeps saying, they're still not as good as we can be.
Fun team to coach, and they can beat in so many different ways. Collins into the game. Cunningham looking to isolate against Strack. Off the glass, nice shot.
I like the patience right there. Cunningham, great job. She used her length over Strack, knowing that she's going for the block.
Gianna Cunningham, grad transfer. Amoore looking to get it to Key, finally does. Key working on Nye, reverse layup, draws the foul, and Tiani Key will go to the free throw line.
Well, Cunningham comes over and tries to get that block, but she swings down. But look at the patience right here. Then using that nice little hook shot, get that off the backboards. Look at Key going to work down low. Yeah, Cunningham comes over, uses a little bit of the body. She does a good job of using her body to get in to her to get that foul.
Tiani Key is another player that Kenny Brooks pointed out today and said how gratifying it's been just to see her come into her own this year and the improvement she's made.
Well, I mean, every game she's gotten better, and a lot of that has to do with the confidence, being able to come in, have the point guard. But I think all of these players having to figure out underneath a new coach, a new coaching staff, a new system, how to come together and play. In every game, I feel like she's been able to elevate.
That gives Kentucky a 2-point lead against Alabama. Weathers gives it to Cody. And Cody gets the roll. Good pass from Carly Weathers.
That was a great pass and a great finish.
Barker pops out on Amoore. Amoore blows by everybody. Well, she makes it look easy, doesn't she? Good hustle. Barker picks it up.
Diana Collins grimacing.
Barker banging in against Tiani Key, looking to draw the foul. And she will go to the free throw line. That's the second foul on Key.
You know Barker's going to go hard when she's down low. You see her going right at Key.
Would you call that a veteran move? She was going to draw that foul.
One way or another, she was going to get that basket. And I think that's what makes Barker so hard to guard. When she is locked in, it's going up.
Again, Barker coming off a 36-point game against Vanderbilt. Well, we've got a sensational quadruple header in women's basketball Sunday on SEC Network. 5 top 15 teams. It'll start at noon Eastern. South Carolina will host Auburn, then LSU against Mississippi State. Kentucky will take on Oklahoma, and we'll cap it off with number 5 Texas against Texas A&M. Big day on Sunday. Already had 4 lead changes in this opening quarter. The score's been tied 5 times. Silva into the game now from Portugal, number 17 in white. Tyler off the mark on her jumper.
And this is the ball movement we talk about with Kentucky. The ball goes inside, makes the defense collapse, pass out. Shania Tyler gets that shot. Even though she doesn't make it, that's the look that he wants.
Both coaches going to their bench here in this first quarter.
That's a big emphasis for Coach Curry. She talked about, in the Vanderbilt game, she felt like she didn't do a good enough job of going to the bench and utilizing the players and giving them that experience.
Good look inside. Silva made a nice pass to Strack, just couldn't finish it. And the battle for the rebound is a jump ball and will go to Alabama.
Hustle plays right there. You got to win the 50-50 ball. So we talked earlier just about both teams being so similar in the way they play. They both average around 79, 80 points a game. So these 50-50 balls are going to be important as the game wears on.
Pat Summitt said, handle success like you handle failure. And you can reverse that and say, handle failure like you handle success. And Christy Curry certainly did a good job of that on Sunday in the example she led after that loss to Vanderbilt. She really handled that with class. Silva off the mark. Kentucky having trouble finishing. Green out on the break.
Oh, that was a tough play.
Barker open, and the three, nothing but net.
And you gotta find your rotations on defense. We heard that from Hassett. We heard that from Coach Brooke. Know who you're guarding and make sure that you're playing the defense the way that they have designed it. 7
points now for Barker. Amoore picks up her dribble, has to get rid of it. And a steal and then a foul on Strack.
Going to be the first foul on Strack, but let's talk about anytime Zay Green goes in, she's always looking to find open players around the three-point line, and Sarah Ashley Barker, coming off a 36-point performance, is definitely not the player you want to leave wide open.
No, Barker, 36 points, 9 rebounds, 4 steals, 3 assists.
After missing 5 games.
Yeah, the team was 3-2 without her. Charlie Cream still has them as a number 5 seed in the NCAA tournament. Oh, Green, that was dangerous. Tyler was up underneath her, and good to see Green come out of that with no problem. But the foul will be called on Tyler. Sanaya Tyler, who stayed at Kentucky when Kenny Brooks came in. She was a player that was here under Kyra Elzy and the previous staff. And it's been an interesting journey for her, and she's really embraced being part of this Kenny Brooks program.
Yeah, Sanaya along with Kathy Rowe, you might get a chance to see later on in the game, but yeah, I think it's always interesting, that transition. When you have a relationship with one coach, another coach comes in, but you gotta do the dirty work.
And Kenny Brooks very able to give her a lot of empathy, because the same thing happened to him when he was in college. Barker again, yes! Sarah Ashley Barker is heating up, back-to-back threes to push the Bama lead to 6.
You gotta know your scout. Sarah Ashley Barker, though, she's just so good out there, finding the open spaces. Zay Green always looking to make the assist.
8-0 Alabama run. That's one thing Amelia Hassett told us in the scouting report. They had to know who they were guarding and stay on them. Nice floater. Amoore creating another opening, 6 points. Alabama likes to get in this half-court set, run that offense.
I think right now they're trying to figure out a way. Sanaya Tyler is guarding Zay Green down low. That's the mismatch.
Nye gets stopped. Shot clock is at 4. Barker off the glass, yes. Final 10 seconds of the quarter.
Nice little hesitation.
Kentucky playing for the final shot. Amoore will take it. And basically Sarah Ashley Barker said, hey, jump on my back. We're going to be leading by 6 points at the end of the quarter.
Well, whatever it takes. And Sarah Ashley Barker always looking out, trying to figure out where can I get in the open lane. Does a great job of finding those lanes, get into the basket, puts Alabama up 21-15.
Getting ready to start the second quarter, but earlier in the first quarter, I mentioned Christy Curry's refreshing reaction, leading from the top after a tough loss to Vanderbilt. If you lose a heartbreaker, I think a lot of people could learn from this reaction.
The game can teach us a lot about ourselves, and it's always about our response. We have an opportunity to learn a lot from this, but credit a really good Vandy team. You know, I think Shay Ralph is one of the best young coaches in the country. I have great respect for her system and style of play, her integrity, and how she goes about it. She's one of my favorite people in the business, and I guess if we couldn't get the win today, at least I'm happy for her because they've worked really hard and did a really good job today.
You know, Tamika, I think it speaks also to how close the SEC head coaches are. That was just a refreshing reaction.
It definitely was. And when you look just around, I mean, we say this all the time. We love our job because of the people that we get to. Not only do I get to work alongside of you, but I get to go around and talk to these amazing coaches, the players that we have. I mean, it's so much fun, and you can tell that they enjoy having conversations. Most of the time before the game, we'll get a chance to see the coaches interact, and I think that says a lot about what the SEC is about.
Well, they ended the quarter, Alabama did, on a 10-2 run, and it was basically Sarah Ashley Barker ending the quarter on a 10-2 run. She scored all 10 of those points. Good way to start for Kentucky as Lawrence buries the deep three.
Well, you knew that ball was going up when it hit Lawrence's hand. At first, she had nobody in front of her. Sarah Ashley Barker tried to come in for the block late, but the ball was already gone.
Lawrence, 45% from three this year. Green, nice mid-range.
I think that's what Zay Green has to do more of. She a lot of times gets in the paint and tries to look and find other people to pass the ball, but if they're guarded, she's wide open, you got to take those shots.
5 points for Green. Hassett. Back to Amoore, wide open. Amoore a little off. Lester gets the rebound. Christy Curry is playing that bench here to start the second quarter. That was a point of emphasis for her.
Trying to go back inside.
Zuma working hard. Doesn't get the roll, and Strack wins the battle for the board. Amoore. Alabama team making it tough for Kentucky. What do you like about what Alabama's doing right now?
Well, I think right now Kentucky is at their best when they move the ball around, and that's an area I think they could be better. But on the flip side, you asked me about Alabama. I think Alabama's forcing Kentucky to maybe make some uncharacteristic plays. That drive by Georgia Amoore, not that it was a bad drive, but later in the clock, that's a good shot. Early in the clock, you got to find other ways and move the ball.
Green threw it up. Shot clock was expiring. Strack with the rebound. Kentucky's not been able to get into that flow we see them in. Amoore missing that layup. Weathers grabs the rebound.
Amoore missing that layup. That's definitely uncharacteristic for her.
Yeah, you don't see that very often, that's for sure. Weathers. And Hassett grabs the rebound. This Kentucky team, when they're at home, they do so much individual skills work with their coaches and with each other. They basically live in the gym for the couple of days prior and on game day. Tyler, nice take. Sanaya Tyler.
I love that look for ST, taking it to the back. You see the bench going crazy, and this is the player we talked earlier, just trying to figure out and find her role with this new coaching staff, and it's all the little things that she does and that she's going to have to do to continue to play.
Most of her made shots have been threes. It's good heads-up play. Shot clock again under 10. Kentucky back to within 3. Barker creating another shot and another highlight.
Carly Weathers reads that play. Barker, of course, always good at making those backdoor cuts.
Barker, the leading scorer in the game. Another 3 on the way for Lawrence. Barker grabs the board. Alabama shooting 50% in this game. Kentucky at home that normally make 46% of their shots. They've struggled 38% so far. Plenty of time to correct.
Well, you knew that Alabama was going to come in with the energy, and so far we've seen it.
Well, Saturday on SEC Network, we've got a quadruple header of men's basketball. It'll start at 1 Eastern, noon Central. But we're featuring the last game of the day. Wade Taylor is going to be in action. Number 13, Texas A&M They'll be taking on South Carolina at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central.
We'll be in South Carolina. They'll have the men's game on Saturday, the women's game on Sunday. Asia Wilson will be getting her jersey retired.
Yeah, big day. You gonna go to the ceremony?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be there, courtside, doing my job.
Silva going to work inside. Can't finish. Alabama with a chance to build the lead. Green. And another travel. Green unable to get possession.
That's what I said earlier. Zay Green, when you get that close to the basket, and I think that's what Sarah Ashley Barker does such a good job. When she gets down low, her focus is getting the ball through that net, whatever it takes. And I think sometimes Zay Green can get focused on trying to make plays.
Speaking of making plays, Georgia Amoore just created that shot.
Amoore is just so good. When she had the ball in her hand, everybody better watch out.
Green, nice take from Green. And that went off of Hassett. It'll be Alabama's ball when we come back. It's a good one, just what we thought at the moment. Alabama leading at Kentucky. Wow, thanks Alyssa, Steffi, and Nikki. I'm going to stick around for the halftime show. I want to see the tempers flaring in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, that's the only bad part about having games on at the same time is you can't watch everything else that's going on. But the player that they did talk about, Sarah Ashley Barker, 14 points, 5 for 7, as Nikki said, and she has been phenomenal. We were there for the 36-point performance on Sunday at Vandy. It just keeps getting better and better, and it's the way that she moves and creates plays and opportunities for her teammates.
14 points, 4 rebounds for Sarah Ashley Barker, who again was out from January 2nd until this past Sunday with a leg injury. But as Kenny Brooks said, she came back very rested.
Well rested.
Well rested, that's right.
Everybody else looks tired but her.
And we touched on it at the beginning. She is one of the most respected players in the league. Plays so hard, but when somebody goes down, she's the first to help them up. And you see other players doing that with her as well. And you know that's a sign of respect, among other things. Oh, good D. Yeah, look at Tyler getting in there. Got the steal.
Yeah, those hustle plays, they add up, especially as the game goes on. You got to get on the floor.
Amoore reverses, shoots. Gets that shot off so quickly, and then Collins and Strack get tied up, and Alabama will get the ball back. 4:33 left to play in this second quarter. Alabama, after losing a heartbreaker against Vanderbilt at home, trying to steal one on the road right now. Charlie Cream has Kentucky as a 4 seed. He has Alabama as a 5 seed in today's latest bracketology. Nye doesn't get the roll.
One of the substitutions that came in, number 20, Diana Collins, and that's a good sign. She went out earlier. Yet another 3. Lawrence on the, not from the other side. She started on the right side. She's making her way around, knocking down 3.
Both her made shots have been 3s tonight. We're tied at 25. Fans starting to become a factor here in Memorial. Barker out to Cody. Cody short on that shot. Amoore scoops it up. Amoore on the move.
There they go, transition game, trying to make the plays happen. Nice kick out, Shania Tyler. Here we go. Georgia Amoore's so good, so smooth with the basketball. Shania Tyler goes straight into a shot with the knockdown.
An 8-0 run by Kentucky, mostly behind the 3 ball. Kentucky has retaken the lead. Remember, they trailed coming into the second quarter. Collins kicks it on the corner, and Green turns it over. She had the baseline, but took that step before she put the ball down.
Kentucky's so good when they're on the run right there. Hassett has it, sees her open. Lawrence on the side, nice little kick out. And of course, Georgia Amoore play and make her. Fine, Shania Tyler sitting out there. I like those facial expressions. Teamwork Makes it 3.
The whole team was holding up the 3 fingers running down the floor. Everybody
We all
celebrated.
made it. We talked about this earlier, just all the work that they put in. And she's going to get fouled at the 3.
Lawrence asked for it, got it, made the 3 and drew the foul.
Kentucky has found their stride behind the 3 ball, moving and finding open players, but Lawrence comes across, Collins just underneath her. That 3, man, that's nice.
Lawrence, 3 threes in this game. Also a winner in the classroom. Lawrence getting her Master's in Business Administration, her MBA. Timeout Alabama, as Kentucky has just exploded to a 7-point lead after trailing at the start of the quarter. They've done it behind a 12-0 run, but X's and O's wise, how have they done it?
Well, they've done it just by moving the basketball. They are such a good team. When they get in that transition game, which is what Coach Brooks talked about, we asked him, what is the key going into this game? He said, you know what, honestly, we have to focus on ourselves. We got to do the things that we know we are capable of doing. Coach Amelia Hassett said it. Let's play basketball the way that we know, and getting up and down, that is what they know.
Yeah, Kentucky has made 5 3-pointers. Let's take a look at the last couple of buckets for the Wildcats.
We're always looking around the horn, trying to find those open players. They play so well. They never let the ball stick in their hand for too long. You don't have it, you pass it. And these are the open looks that you see.
Alabama with the ball now. Nye coming off the screen. Nye, typically one of the better 3-point shooters in the country. Alabama would love to see her get hot as well. She's number 32 in red. Weathers got stuck. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Alabama.
Alabama, Weathers gets down low. She has a nice look at the basket. She picked the ball up when the rotation comes, but I think what they have done the last couple possessions, when they get down low, they got to look at shooting the basket.
There's Nye making the 3. And always good for Nye to see that 3 ball go in. She is a streak shooter.
Well, that's a good sign for Alabama, trying to get her going.
So immediately that cuts the lead back down to 4. So we come up on the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking forward to the halftime show with Alyssa, Steffi, and Nikki. Strack, mid-range jumper, 4 on the shot clock. Yeah! Took a couple extra seconds off the clock.
Hey, whatever it takes. We like that bounce, but she got that shooter's touch.
There's Strack. Cody. Nice feed inside to Cody as well for the finish. And Barker, such a good passer.
I feel like they need to do more plays like that. If you see a team that's switching, especially when you can get that mismatch, try to get Cody rolling to the basket.
Amoore throws it up off the glass. Doesn't get it through the net. Weathers, 1-on-2, and now she'll have to slow down. Barker directing traffic from up top.
And you hear Coach Curry on the sideline trying to direct play.
Barker gets the screen from Nye. The switch is on. Lobs it down to Nye. And it'll stay with Alabama. That's a break for the Tide off Kentucky. Well, remember, Friday night, always gymnastics night on SEC Network. It's a doubleheader here on SEC Network and the app. Alabama takes on the Georgia Gym Dogs at 7 Eastern. Then number 3 LSU will host Missouri at the Maravich Center in Baton Rouge. Barker. Shot clock was expiring. She had to throw it up there. And so about an 18-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock for Kentucky to come down and try to build this lead.
Well, it looked like Strack might have got her hand down a little bit of that. So always looking at distracting the shot. Coach Brooks said, I don't want you to block the shot every single time. I just want you to alter the shot. That's just as good at getting a block.
Kentucky's the only Division I team to have 2 players averaging over 2 blocks a game. A steal for Alabama. Green. Misses the layup. And that's a break for Kentucky. Shot clock is the only clock to watch now. Game clock is off.
Georgia Amoore going to take her time, get the last shot.
The shot clock is the only clock operating right now. The Jumbotron is broken. Strack off the mark. Oh, what an entertaining opening half. We went back and forth. Hopefully they'll get the scoreboard situated during the halftime. But we can confirm Kentucky is leading 34-30 at the half. Looking forward to seeing Alyssa, Steffi, and Nikki. Welcome back to SEC Network Basketball, presented by Regions Bank. That is the Firecracker jump rope team. And we have been privileged to see a lot of good halftime shows in our day, including Red Panda in Texas a couple weeks ago. But this was unbelievable. One of the best halftime shows I've seen, and now I'm hoping the second half will match that as we get ready to start Alabama and Kentucky.
Can I just say, I wish that I just had one of those jump ropes. Maybe I could get like 1 or 2 jumps, but my whole body hurts just from watching them.
There was a lot of butt bouncing. we definitely agreed. All right, let's talk some basketball. A lot of highlights in that first half. Sarah Ashley Barker for Alabama. She, again, was an instant highlight reel.
Well, Sarah Ashley Barker right now, 14 points and finding ways to get this team going. She started with just attacking the basket. So good, inside out, getting out to the three-point line. 2 for 4 from the three-point, 5 for 8 inside, doing a little bit of everything. But on the flip side, Kentucky, Lawrence has come and put on a first-half performance. Deja Lawrence right now, 10 points, 3 for 4 from the three-point line, and really the player that got the start going and getting Kentucky the lead.
So we had 6 ties, 6 lead changes in the opening half. Kentucky had the largest lead of the game, which was 7. It's 4 right now. Big scoreboard is fixed here in the arena, so we can all watch the scoreboard up there from now on. We were looking just at the shot clock at the end of that first half.
Tiana Key back in the game. She had 2 early fouls in the first half, so good to see her back out.
Green one-on-one against Hassett, gives it up to Barker instead. Nice pass from Green to Barker.
Sarah Ashley Barker continuing to do what she does best. When she makes those cuts to the basket, you've got to almost be in front of her, because if you're not in front of her, she's going to beat you.
Good look inside to Key, and Tiana Key with the finish.
So it makes a big difference when you got Tiana Key down low. Coach had to go to his bench a little bit with her sitting on the bench, but when she's out there, we literally watch practice. She defends the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4.
Cody shooting over Hassett, tried to throw it off the glass, doesn't get it. And a chance for Kentucky to build the lead. Nice look back pass to Strack.
And that's a shot that we know Strack can hit. I like that pick and roll action. Sometimes she pops, sometimes she dives.
Nye off the mark on that 3. Both teams trying to find a rhythm here to start the second half. Lawrence gets fouled by Barker, who will help her up.
Deja Lawrence just having such a good game coming out. I like the attack mode, one-on-one defense. Forced Sarah Ashley Barker to guard her and end up at the free throw line.
Lawrence from Greenville, North Carolina. Started at Charlotte, transferred in. And she started playing basketball to make in a gym with carpet. Did you ever play on a carpet court?
Not recommended.
I did when I was a kid.
I do remember those in the gym class. We didn't know any better when we were younger. It's like we wanted to play basketball or play whatever sport. We played soccer on the carpet, football on the carpet. Yeah, we did a little bit of everything.
It's fun to hear the Kentucky players' stories on where they learned to play the game. She learned on a carpeted court. Georgia Amoore started shooting on the side of a barn on her family's horse farm. 3-second violation, and that'll be a turnover against Alabama.
Both teams making some really good defensive plays, but not able to convert on the offensive end.
Good screen set by Key. Try to get Amoore loose. Strack backing in, spin, shoot, scores.
Nice little step back, 1 foot jump shot.
Strack was a guard in high school. Kenny Brooks says she's the best passing big in college basketball. Strack is 6'5", ties for the tallest player ever here at Kentucky. Hassett with a rebound.
I like that drive. Zay Green trying to get to the basket, just not able to finish.
Good look inside, T to Key, got knocked away though. Green to Weathers. Green lobs it down low, they got Cody loose. Nice look, nice finish.
Yeah, good slip right there by Cody, recognizing her player playing on the high side, waiting for Zay Green to come off that screen.
Cody has 8 points, 4 rebounds. And a nice game so far against Kentucky. Amoore gets fouled. Cody was not going to let her finish, and Amoore went down hard.
I like the rotation by Cody, seeing Georgia Amoore, but she's got to stand her ground. That's a bad and a very hard foul. I'll take another look at it. Georgia Amoore comes around. Yeah, Cody with the body. And Amoore definitely going to get up with a smile, but she's going to feel that later on.
Well, she grew up playing Aussie rules football, and that is tough. It's almost like a tackle football with no pads.
I like that play right there.
Well, the Aussies are mad at me for describing it that way, but that's how Americans would understand it. And Amoore, no problem making the 2 free throws after taking the hit. One of the toughest players out there. It's fun to watch her and Sarah Ashley Barker on opposing teams. I think you can put both of them in that category. Barker not going to be denied by Strack, misses the shot, and it'll go to Kentucky.
Well, I will say this, the last couple of possessions that Alabama had taken the ball into the paint and picked up the ball without anywhere to go, the defender that had been on them had been Strack, and she stayed solid, has her hands straight up. You're not going to shoot over her, but you can't pick up the ball if you don't have anywhere to go.
Lawrence had the hot hand in the first half, misses on that attempt. Lawrence 3 of 5 behind the 3-point line. Good D by Amoore. Weathers trying to get loose. Barker will drive against Strack. Beats her to the hoop.
Sarah Ashley Barker right now, 16 points, 6 for 10. Might make that 7 for 10, 18 points.
Again, Barker, 36 against Vanderbilt on Sunday, up to 18 today or tonight against Kentucky. Strack thought about shooting the 3. Strack has made 8 threes this season. Hassett's made a lot of threes off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound by Strack. Amoore will try a 3. Yes!
And Amoore gave him the 3 bunny ear.
Vince loved it. Well, Amoore made 7 threes in the SEC opener against Mississippi State. She's had 7 threes in 2 games this season.
It's been fun to watch her. She developed her game, even thinking about last year at Virginia Tech. She has come out and really put this team on her back. We'll take another look. Barker going to the basket against Strack. Good finish. And Amoore just no hesitation. It doesn't matter who's in my face. Gonna knock down that 3. Got the little bunny ears.
Yeah, Amoore with the games this year. 7 threes in 2 games. Only one other Kentucky player has ever done that. That was Ryan Howard. Good D by the Tide. Green kicks it on the wing. Collins fakes the sophomore to Weathers. And Weathers in and out. Good hustle by Collins to get the rebound, and Key may have picked up her 3rd foul. It is on Key, her 3rd timeout on the floor. The coaches are wearing the shoes that the kids painted, and they will be be auctioned off after the game. So we've been having a little shoe envy over here, Tamika.
Well, it's been a lot of fun. I picked the yellow pair right there. I like the yellow around the edge with the black trim. I mean, I know you're going blue, probably baby blue, any type of blue on the shoe, but those are the ones that I would pick.
Yeah, that was such a special week for them. And I want to transition to a special milestone that just occurred a moment ago. Georgia Amoore got her 800th career assist. And she's one of only 2 active players, men or women, that has that many assists in the country. Nye off the 3 with an offensive board by Collins.
And what an honor to be a witness of Georgia Amoore and all that she's been able to do. Came into a new program and has stepped up, became a huge leader, and done a lot of great things for this program.
Love that move by Weathers for Alabama. Amoore, 800 assists now. She's the only player in Division I basketball that has over 2,000 points and over 700 assists. That's a man or a woman in Division I. Turnover on the Wildcats. The Alabama D. Good tonight. Strack gets the steal. Speaking of D, good defensive possession there by the Wildcats. A couple of turnovers here.
Yeah, it's an opportunity right there, missed opportunity for Alabama on the transition game. But Kentucky doing a good job defensively getting back.
Tyler probing. Tyler made quite an impact in the first half for Kentucky. Shot clock is down to 5. Lawrence gets stuck. Styler takes it. Tyler off the glass. Shot clock expired, but Weathers had it. Big possession here for Alabama. 5-point Kentucky lead. Nye off the mark on the 3. Hassett had it. It's 5-on-4 for Kentucky. Green still not in the play yet. And a foul called against Alabama. Well, a reminder about the big women's basketball quadruple header on Sunday. 5 top 15 teams. Auburn and South Carolina at noon Eastern. LSU, Mississippi State, 2 Eastern. Kentucky, Oklahoma will follow that. And then we top it off with the Lone Star State rivalry, Texas against Texas A&M.
Well, I'm already excited about Sunday. You've got that lineup and a lot of good matchups. And Georgia Amoore hits another 3.
That's her second 3 of the game and pushes the lead back up to 8. Amoore, 16 points. Highest scoring Wildcat today. Parker has 18. She's the highest scorer in the game for Alabama. Shot clock under 10. Weathers against Tyler. Weathers spins 2 Wildcats defending, and Weathers shoots over him.
Well, I like that when you get that deep into the paint, turn around and shoot the ball. I feel like Alabama has had a lot of possessions where they've driven the ball down low and they get there and then they pick the ball up and don't have anywhere to go. If you're going to go down low, take that shot.
Oh, what a move by Amoore to get loose.
Look at that ball movement.
Tyler, yes! Sanaya Tyler, by the way, is one of the most popular players on this team. And you could see the reaction, and she's still smiling.
Well, one of the big reasons that she's the most popular is because she hasn't been smiling for the first half, and that's what the Coach Brooks kept saying. We just want you to smile, and to see that smile just makes you warms your heart.
Largest lead for Kentucky under 90 seconds to play in the quarter. Cody off the mark. Good hustle to try to follow it, but lost it out of bounds. Here's that last possession.
Well, yeah, Kentucky's just so good when they move the ball. Look, 1 pass, get another pass, 2 pass, 3 passes, and right into a nice shot by Sanaya Tyler.
Tyler, 8 points tonight, 2 threes. Strack working against Cody, goes underneath her and scores. You like that move?
I like that move right there. Strack staying down, not losing focus. Nice little step through.
Strack, 10 points tonight as well. And a turnover. Strack has the ball. Kentucky has 3 players in double figures. Hassett draws the foul on Cody.
Well, let's go back. Strack leading the break at the point guard position. I mean the 5 position. And find a wide open Hassett. Good play to the basket. Let's get another look at this. Hassett driving it in, and Cody's with the body.
Hassett, the Aussie, she's from New South Wales. Georgia Amoore from Victoria. That's about a 4.5-hour drive from each other. And Hassett has been such a big asset for this Kentucky program, coming from Eastern Florida State College. Davis, the scouting report tonight. She's an aspiring broadcaster.
And Georgia Amoore had a lot to say about her. She said, you know, I think we underestimated her coming in, but right off the bat, just the way that she plays, you're right, she's been a huge asset to this team.
Lester got caught. Good D by Amoore. And it is a 6-0 run right now that Kentucky can build on. Well, that was a veteran move there. Lester, the freshman.
You just got to go into your shot.
Getting trapped by Amoore. Well, Kentucky has had a heck of a third quarter. Green going for the steal. Jump ball. And the possession arrow will send it down the other end of the floor. So good hustle by Zay Green, and Alabama will get the ball as a result.
Well, she read that play, and she kind of probed Georgia Amoore into that one extra dribble. When she made that one extra dribble, she got her hands in.
Alabama can have the final shot if they want it. Final seconds of the third quarter. Barker looking to create, but underneath 2 players. Hassett gets the rebound. Amoore to half court, feeds Tyler, and just off the mark. But it was quite a third quarter for Kentucky, as they have 10 minutes to play and a 12-point lead. SEC figures to be a massive factor in March Madness this year. Charlie Cream has all of these teams projected to be in, so that's 10 SEC teams. And a lot of these teams, Tamika, would be hosting. So if you're a top 4 seed right now, he's got 5 teams he thinks will host, but there's a long time to get a couple more in there.
Well, definitely, and we always say every single night, Thursday and Sunday, there's a shift in the bracketology. We get a new seeded, we find out the bracketology, but every game matters. And I think when you look at the SEC, it doesn't matter where teams are as far as record-wise. You got to come out, you have to have your best performance. We saw that happen. Kentucky lost to Texas A&M a few games ago, and so coming off of that, they beat Arkansas. Now tonight they have Alabama. Alabama coming off of a loss on Sunday to Vanderbilt. So every game and every night, I feel like there's been a shift in the bracket.
The SEC looking very good right now. They knew they were going to look good after the non-conference performance from this conference. It's Kentucky's ball to open the fourth quarter. Amoore had 8 points in that third quarter. Gives it to Strack. Strack with the score off the right block.
I like that nice little turnaround jump shot, no dribble, just go straight into your shot.
Strack 12 points, 6 of 10 from the field. Good denial defense. You know, not a lot of free throws really in this game.
You're right, Kentucky's only shot 6 for 9. Alabama's 3 for 5 from the free throw line, and I think the last time Alabama's been to the free throw line was in the first quarter.
But it's been a physical game. Strack blocked, out of bounds. Kentucky will keep it.
I'll take another look at this Strack bucket. Georgia Amoore, great job. She got the one dribble, turn around over her left shoulder.
Amoore with 6 assists tonight. Another steal by Green. Green is so quick with her hands. Green fakes the three, she'll drive, got Strack off her feet and scores.
And that's what Zay Green has to do more of. I think when she gets down there, she's so worried about passing the ball, but when she finishes at the basket, it will start to open up plays for her teammate.
That's how they do it in Duncanville, Texas.
Right.
Hassett got caught. Key is back in the game with 3 fouls. Hassett to Strack. Shot is blocked by Cody. Strack keeps pursuing.
And a great hustle possession.
Yeah.
Strack has been on the left side, the right side, every side.
Hassett. Key.
Tiana Key, we haven't seen much of her tonight. She's been in foul trouble, but those are the plays that she makes. She's so long and athletic, able to get the rebounds.
Green, another good drive by Zay Green. And Green coming on. That's a good sign for Alabama, up to 9 points now. 4 quick points for her here in the 4th.
Well, you got to make those small plays, and then almost a turnover. Amoore.
Come on! Don't blink or you wouldn't see that pass.
Well, 7 assists right now for Georgia Amoore, and I tell you what, her court vision and being able to see where her teammates are almost got stolen.
And Hassett is just so calm when she shoots. Expression never changes. Big bucket for Kentucky to go back up by 7. Barker with the miss.
Look at Tiana Key running straight down the floor, trying to get an open look.
Hassett fakes the 3, will drive. Oh, what a smart play by Millie Hassett. 7 minutes to play. Kentucky on another burst, their largest lead of the game.
Well, if you know one thing about Kentucky, you know Georgia Amoore is leading the ship every which way. And right now, 16 points, 8 assists, finding ways not only for herself to score, but finding ways for her teammates to score. And I like that play right there. Got the bunny ears from the 3-pointer.
Well, these are 2 of the most favorite players to watch in the SEC, Sarah Ashley Barker and Georgia Amoore.
Most favorite, I like it.
Yeah. I think people love to watch both of them play. And you know, Amoore's from Australia, so you know what she's having today?
What's that?
A good day. Yeah, I've been sitting on that one.
He's been waiting all day.
Good day.
All day to say that. But you're right. Both of these players, very exciting players to watch. Sarah Ashley Barker, just the way she moved, and Georgia Amoore has come in and just been amazing this season. Last season as well, but this season she's really stepped up.
Cunningham off the glass. Key clears it. Kentucky with a 15-point lead right now. By the way, if Kentucky wins this game, it will be the 500th victory for women's basketball here in historic Memorial Coliseum.
The historic Memorial Coliseum. Ooh, Tiana Key.
Take, yeah. And again, that's an example of just the growth of Tiana Key.
I said this earlier, we haven't had a chance to really see her, but she has definitely been a factor in this game. And ooh, almost with a steal.
What were you going to say about Key?
I like the way she moves. She's grown so much this year. And look at that nice little whip over and straight to the basket. And we haven't had a chance to really get to see her, but as she plays throughout the game that we have watched, I mean, she's a huge factor offensively and defensively.
By the way, her sister Tamari is here watching, former Tennessee great. Nice take off the glass. Zay Green is so fun to watch when she's on. I know you have an appreciation for her being from your hometown.
Being from my hometown, and of course getting the chance. What I love about this job is being able to go and talk to the players and get to know them. And Hassett to the basket. Nice little jumper.
Hassett came into tonight, most of her made shots have been threes, and she's doing a nice job from 2. 2 threes, 2 twos.
Another fun fact for Kentucky, all 5 starters average double digits, and I would say that out of the 5 that average double digits, you have 2 of the post players that almost could average double-double.
Green, baseline jumper in and out. Strack with the rebound. Strack again, 6'5", was a guard in high school. You can see that ball handling skill there. Turnover. Strack has a double-double tonight, her 10th of the season, and a foul. So a timeout on the floor, under 5 to play. Strack heads to the bench with her 10th double-double of the season. 15 points tonight, but you touched on earlier, Tamika, this is such a versatile Kentucky team.
Well, you look at the numbers right there, all 5 starters averaging double digits. So a lot of it starts with Georgia Amoore, but she's done such a good job of distributing the ball. Almost to a double-double. She has 8 assists along with the 16 points tonight. But they play so well. They distribute the ball to each other. They move the ball around. They find the open players. They don't let the ball stick. So as a defender, when you're playing against a team like this, you have to figure out which poison are you going to pick, because you can double team Georgia Amoore and you'll find Amelia Hassett. Lawrence has had a good game tonight. You just keep moving the ball around.
Only Division I team to have 3 players with at least 43 threes. Only Division I team to have 2 players averaging over 2 blocks a game. Only Division I team to have 3 players averaging more than 9 rebounds a game. Green, good response out of the timeout for the Tide.
Like Zay Green looking for her shot more. We talked a lot about this earlier. Just Sarah Ashley Barker, she will do her thing, and that's great. But the rest of the players, when she was out the last 5 games, other players stepped up. Those players have to continue to step up.
Barker has not scored since 6:02 in the 3rd quarter. She had been carrying most of the offensive load for Alabama. Shot clock a factor. Lawrence in and out. Strack had good position, but Green did a good job to grab that ball. Weathers open for 3. Yes, Carly Weathers buries the 3, and Alabama showing some life. They've cut the lead to 11. Full court pressure by the Tide forces a turnover. No quit in this Alabama team.
I don't think we can ever have quit, and Tiani Key is going to get called for another foul. That's going to be her 4th foul.
Go back to that last Alabama 3.
Carly Weathers stepping right into her shot. Good little bounce pass back.
Weathers 7 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Barker got her miss. Doesn't draw the foul. It goes out of bounds. She was asking for a foul, didn't get the call. Alabama will keep the ball. Kentucky's going to take a timeout. And while we have a break, a reminder of the men's big Saturday. It's a quadruple header over on the men's side. It'll start at 1 Eastern, noon Central, but this is the game we are featuring at the moment. Texas A&M will be taking on South Carolina at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Saturdays and Sundays in the SEC are incredible. You get to watch the men play on Saturday and the women on Sunday, and the 2 best representatives in college basketball, SEC men, SEC women.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more in that sense, Sam, and just such fun games to watch. I'm excited about the Sunday matchup for the women. Not that I'm discounting the men, but I will be at the Auburn South Carolina game, get a chance to watch Asia Wilson get her jersey retired.
Texas A&M, that's a big one that ends the day, big rivalry. See how A&M responds, losing Aisha Coulibaly. We certainly hope that she recovers back to full strength. She's going to miss the season. Barker draws the foul on Hassett.
Well, Barker, you can tell she's like, it's about time. And she was going to shoot that ball.
Can you relate to that?
No matter what it takes, yeah. She hasn't had a shot in a while. Definitely not seen the ball go through the basket. So this will be good to get her back to the free throw line.
Yeah, Barker 3 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. First team all SEC last season, preseason first team pick this year. Also getting her master's degree, misses that free throw. It's a 10-point Kentucky lead. Amoore ran into Strack. Barker looking up the floor, tried to thread the needle, and Lawrence was there for the interception. Lawrence trips.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now, but Kentucky gonna calm it down a little bit.
Good job by these officials, just letting things develop. Gina Cross, Timothy Green, Roy Gerbayan. Strack, yeah.
Strack, yeah.
I mean, she basically can make it from anywhere. 6'5". Gotten her 10th double-double of the season tonight. I know you're a big fan of positionless basketball, and these Kentucky bigs can do so much.
Sarah Ashley Barker trying to score. She got 3 players on her. You gotta find those open players on the outside.
Hassett open for 3. A rare miss when she's that wide open. See if Alabama can take advantage. Barker, she's open. And players that are normally almost a given to make those shots, missing on both ends of the floor.
Well, I think this is where you start to see some of that fatigue settle in.
Mentioned that we haven't had as many free throws, and it's been a very physical game. Under 2 minutes to play, Alabama desperately trying to come back. Nye, looking up the floor, was trying to pass to Barker, but almost lost possession. Green's open for 3. Hassett with the rebound. Kentucky will try to eat up some clock here.
That's the great thing. Kentucky, they don't have to get a quick score. Alabama trying to get some more points on the board, and Essen Cody gonna get called for that foul.
Third foul on Cody.
Of just letting the game play out, so there hasn't been that many fouls called, and it's been a physical game, but a clean physical.
Amoore step back 3. Strack got the rebound. That was a big offensive board for Kentucky.
And Strack down low, posting up against Carly Weathers. Weathers going to get called for that foul.
So Weathers' foul stops the clock with a minute to play in regulation. Amoore will inbound it. Kentucky trying to hang on the 12-point lead here with under a minute to play. Kentucky going for their 500th win here in Memorial. Lawrence, Nye with a rebound. Barker, one-on-one against Hassett, and one.
Attack mode always in effect. Sarah Ashley Barker, one of the best players, going downhill, going towards the basket. You saw in her eyes, she was taking it right at Hassett.
So stranger things have happened to make it a 10-point game with 37 seconds. What's Alabama got to do?
Well, make your free throws, and then I definitely think steal foul. 37 seconds. Coach Brooks is going to call a foul, or call a timeout, to advance the ball.
Well, at this critical point, Christy Curry trying to get everybody on the same page, but a reminder that Friday night we have a gymnastics doubleheader. Alabama against the Georgia Gym Dogs, and then LSU will host Missouri at the Maravich Center in Baton Rouge. That is Friday night on SEC Network and the app. Sarah Ashley Barker has just gotten her 6th 20-point game of the season. Barker now with 22 tonight. Alabama with 2 fouls to give. Possession arrow favors Alabama, and both teams with 2 timeouts.
I think for Alabama, you asked, what do they have to do? I mean, you got a 9-point deficit. You're going to have to do more than just foul.
Hassett having trouble getting in, finally does. The count was at 4. Barker going for the steal. Amoore spins away. Amoore taking as much time as she can. 7-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. And it looks like Kentucky's going to hang on. A foul called on Green against Lawrence.
Well, it's interesting. If you're going to foul, you foul earlier in the shot clock, so that gives you, they still have one more foul to give.
Yeah. And Alabama is going to surrender. Another fantastic effort by the Crimson Tide. But this Kentucky team, one of the elite teams in the SEC this year, they are now 7-1 in league play, and a lot of mutual respect between these two. It is the 500th all-time win in Memorial Coliseum for women's basketball.
Well, it's been a fun game, and back and forth we go, but Kentucky prevailed. Love what they're able to do, how well they play as a team. 4 players in double digit. Got Strack with a double-double. So many great things tonight.
So Kentucky remains undefeated at home. They are 12-0 this year in Memorial Coliseum. They get the 65-56 win. For Tamika Catchings, I'm Sam Gore. We send it into the studio. Take it away, Alyssa.
14 points, 14 rebounds for Clara Strack as we welcome her into the show. Clara, congratulations on another victory. This was a very talented Alabama team that you guys just beat. We were just talking about your defense. What was the challenge from Coach Brooks and your staff for what you needed to do defensively tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we just had to stay locked in for 40 minutes. We had to remember the scout and just honestly stay locked in for 40 minutes and just energy and effort on defense.
Hey, Clara, this is Nikki here. You know, when I look at your team, I mean, you guys are probably the tallest, one of the tallest teams in this league, probably in the country. But the depth that you guys have with the front court, can you just talk about the dynamic duo that you guys have in the front court? I mean, you guys are pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I think our chemistry is so good, obviously in the front court. I think we work at that every day. So I think having someone else with you like that is just amazing.
Claire, there's a lot to you guys, offensively, defensively. We all talk about y'all. How would you describe your team?
Honestly, I would just say that we're fun. Like, I think it's a fun team to play with. I think we all just play for each other. And I think, like, our chemistry and all that, I think that makes it so fun. So I think that's a lot of it.
Well, we have fun in here. I'm glad to hear that you guys are having fun on the team. What was Kenny Brooks' message to you guys following that disappointing loss to Texas A&M? Obviously, you guys have turned it around.
Yeah, I mean, we just had to stay together. We had to get past that. Games like that happen. Shots don't fall. But I think just staying together and remembering that every game is a new game and every game is going to be a battle. So we just have to stay locked in.
Clara, I know it's been a few weeks since Clara Strack Day, but none of us here in the studio have our own personal day. What is that like?
We got a Clara Strack Day?
Yeah, we have a Clara Strack Day back in the hometown. How did your teammates help you celebrate that a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I mean, they made it special for sure. It was really fun. It was amazing to get a win on that day, so I think that was really cool.
Steffi Sorensen now is going to demand a Steffi Sorensen Day back in Jacksonville.
Clara, for yourself.
Congratulations on the win. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're a baller. Your hometown.